Have you ever asked yourself why, despite your best efforts, it feels like you're constantly running on a treadmill? You set ambitious goals, you read all the right books, you even try to maintain a positive mindset, but somehow your daily reality doesn't seem to shift. Maybe you have to drive, maybe you have to discipline, yet you keep crashing into invisible barriers. What if the actual issue isn't what you are failing to do, but the habits you are currently clinging to? Habits so routine, so incredibly ordinary, that they have become completely invisible to you. Today, we're going to expose the 7 habits that are secretly sabotaging your success. These aren't the obvious bad habits everyone talks about. These are the silent killers, hiding in plain sight. But here is the silver lining. Once you identify them, you have the power to transform them. So grab a journal, get settled, and let's discover what is truly keeping you stuck. Let's begin with the first and perhaps deadliest trap, busyness. Are you constantly occupied but rarely feel successful? You dash from one task to another, emails, instant messages, errands, endless lists. But when the day ends, you are completely drained and feel like nothing meaningful was achieved. Here is the reality check. Being busy is not the same thing as being productive. In truth, busyness is often just a hiding place. We stuff every moment with action to avoid facing discomfort or tough choices. Have you ever stopped to ask, what significant thing did I actually complete today? The busyness trap locks her focus on quantity rather than quality. Science shows our brains get addicted to the small dopamine rushes from crossing off easy, trivial tasks. So we prioritize what is urgent, ignoring what is truly vital. How do you escape this loop? Ask yourself, if I could only do one thing today to make everything else easier, what would it be? Schedule time for real priorities, not just noise. Learn to decline things that don't move the needle. The second secret habit, perfectionism. Do you find yourself fixating on minor details, redoing work endlessly, or delaying projects because they aren't just right yet? You might tell yourself, once this is perfect, then I will show it to the world. But days turn into months and nothing ever launches. Perfectionism isn't about standards, it's about fear. Fear of judgment, fear of failing, fear of not measuring up. The issue is that perfectionism disguises itself as quality control, but actually it leads to procrastination, missed chances, and dreams that gather dust. Think of all the brilliant ideas trapped in your head because they didn't feel flawless. How do you break this? Accept good enough as a victory. Remember, you can edit a bad page, but you can't edit a blank page. Set a deadline for version 1 and respect it. Third on our list, comparison. We are all guilty of it. Scrolling through feeds, watching people who seem to have it all figured out. You see their greatest hits, the perfect career, the ideal partner, the luxury trips, and suddenly your own existence feels insignificant. But here is the catch. You are comparing your messy behind-the-scenes footage to someone else's carefully edited trailer. Comparison doesn't fuel us, it drains us. It breeds jealousy and shame. Research confirms that constant comparison leads to anxiety. The solution? Track your own growth, not theirs. Unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate. Remember, everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Habit number 4 is a common struggle, saying yes to everything. Are you a people pleaser? Do you agree to requests you hate just to avoid awkwardness or conflict? Saying yes feels safe momentarily, but over time it steals your energy and leaves zero space for your goals. It isn't selfish to say no, it is self-preservation. Every yes to them is a no to yourself. The fix? Practice saying, let me check my calendar first, instead of an instant yes. Filter every request through your top 3 priorities. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Fifth, the invisible enemy, negative self-talk. Listen to the voice in your head. Would you ever speak to a best friend the way you speak to yourself? Why are you so lazy? You'll fail again. This internal dialogue programs your brain to expect failure. But here is the secret. You don't have to believe every thought. Habit 6, waiting for motivation. How often do you say, "I'll do it when I feel like it"? Spoiler, motivation is unreliable. Action creates motivation, not the reverse. Use the 5-4-3-2-1 rule and just start. Momentum will follow. Finally, fear of failure. Failure isn't a dead end, it's data. Which of these habits will you break first? Pick one and start today. Remember, growth is a marathon, not a sprint. If you want to keep improving with us, hit that subscribe button. Let's get 1% better every single day. Thanks for watching.